Hello, Bears News. Fan Report, Faithful. If you're hungry for insider scoops and edge-of-your-seat drama, hit that like button and subscribe to Bears News Fan Report right now. There's a storm brewing over Soldier Field, and everyone in Chicago is holding their breath. Whispers in the front office corridor suggest that GM Ryan Poles has unleashed a series of seismic moves so bold that some factions inside Halas Hall are bracing for fallout. Could key veterans be shown the exit door? Is it possible that locker room leaders we thought untouchable are suddenly on the chopping block? Fans are already frantically refreshing their feeds, convinced that Poles is about to clear house. But what if this isn't a purge at all? What if it's something far more tantalizing? Picture the tension. Personnel staff gathered behind closed doors, scouting reports scattered across mahogany tables, phone lines lighting up with frantic calls to league insiders. You can practically feel the adrenaline surge as rumors swirl of blockbuster decisions that could reshape Chicago's identity. Could this be Poles' masterstroke, engineered to send shockwaves through the division? Or might it backfire spectacularly, fracturing locker room chemistry just as the new season looms? We know one thing for certain. This isn't business as usual. Ryan Poles has never been one to play it safe. Ever since taking the reins, he's pursued a vision of relentless improvement, brazen enough to trade draft capital for proven talent, yet calculated enough to avoid crippling the salary cap. Now, insiders hint at two monumental transactions, deals so significant they promise to elevate the trenches from a liability into a fortress. But here's the cliffhanger. Before we reveal the names, let's examine the stakes. Chicago's offensive line has been a revolving door for years. In 2024, the Bears surrendered more sacks than any team in the league, a statistic that haunted fans and fueled skeptics. Quarterback protection was porous at best, and every game felt like a gauntlet of pressure. Meanwhile, the center spot has been a carousel of hopefuls, none able to deliver consistent performance week after week. Could the answer lie in bringing in seasoned warriors from other franchises? Consider the blueprint. Bolster the interior with players who've survived and thrived in championship environments. Imagine a guard whose resume boasts multiple Pro Bowl selections and an All-Pro reputation, paired with a center who commanded his former line like a general calls orders on the battlefield. What if Poles quietly orchestrated trades for two linemen whose combined experience could rewrite Chicago's trench warfare narrative? Fans are already speculating. Could a Kansas City stalwart be packing his bags? Is an Atlanta anchor ready to stake his claim in navy and orange? It's possible that the rumor mill got one detail right. Personnel sources see these moves as a direct signal to the locker room that complacency won't be tolerated. Could fringe players feel the heat, knowing that roster spots are suddenly in jeopardy? Some voices inside Halas Hall suggest that veterans once deemed untouchable now face stiff competition from incoming talent. Could that pressure be the catalyst for renewed intensity in training camp? Or will it sow discord among a group that's been reshaped in rapid-fire succession? Historically, Ryan Poles has shown a willingness to swing for the fences. Remember the midseason trade that brought in a shutdown linebacker? Or the blockbuster draft day deal that netted a dynamic wideout? Both moves were controversial, yet both delivered flashes of brilliance. Now, two more arrows have been loosed from Poles' quiver, but the targets remain unnamed. What if the first arrow was launched at the Kansas City Kingdom, prying loose a lineman who protected Patrick Mahomes' blind side, and the second aimed at Atlanta, unearthing a center whose anchor snapped teeth of opposing defenders? Fans are already conjuring images of these newcomers donning the Bears' helmets, stepping onto the practice field alongside Caleb Williams, ready to form the most formidable pocket shield in the NFC North. Could this pairing be the beginning of a new era, one defined by ruthless trench play and offensive consistency? Some insiders believe that Poles views this as the missing piece to unlock the team's true potential. a statement of intent to the entire league that Chicago is no longer playing rebuild, but contending. Yet, every high-stakes gamble carries risk. What if one of these players fails to mesh with the system? What if injuries derail the grand plan, leaving the Bears shackled by hefty contracts and limited flexibility? It's possible that Poles has structured these deals with cunning escape hatches, cushioning Chicago against worst-case scenarios. But will those safeguards be enough if performance falters? Only game days will ultimately separate genius from folly. Right now, the Bears' kingdom is perched on a knife's edge, caught between the fear of losing beloved veterans and the exhilaration of welcoming game-changing talent. We've built the suspense, we've teased the possibilities, and we've planted the seeds of anticipation. In just a moment, the names behind these seismic trades will be revealed, forever altering the narrative of Chicago's offensive front. Stay tuned, because we're about to lift the curtain on this daring chapter in Bears history, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail. If you're as pumped as I am, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell for Bears News Fan Report before we drop these bombshell names. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. The mystery linemen at the center of Ryan Poles' grand design are none other than veteran guard Joe Thuney and emerging center Drew Dalman. Yes, you heard it right. 2 strategic acquisitions, not a house cleaning. Let's break down why these 2 moves could reshape Chicago's offensive identity. First up, Joe Thuney. Remember the palpable fear Mahomes defenders felt when he lined up on Kansas City's right guard spot? Thuney is that kind of player, an iron-willed protector who surrendered pressure on just 4.4% of his pass block snaps in 2024, ranking 3rd best in the NFL. His Pro Bowl pedigree and 4 Super Bowl rings speak volumes about his championship DNA. By locking him down, Poles isn't just signing a player. He's importing a standard, a voice in the huddle, a mentor for younger linemen who need to learn the subtleties of playing at the highest level. Imagine Thuney teaching Caleb Williams how to navigate a collapsing pocket, his veteran instincts turning breakdowns into textbook recoveries. Could this be the spark that galvanizes Chicago's offensive cohesion? Absolutely. Then there's Drew Dalman, the center whose name was buzzing in scouting circles long before his franchise tag slapped a halt to Atlanta's interior push-in, 2023. Despite a nagging high ankle sprain that sidelined him mid-season, Dalman's tape showed a cerebral leader who consistently won the second-level block and kept defensive tackles in check. His arrival means the Bears finally have a centerpiece who can call protections, adjust blocking schemes on the fly, and anchor that pocket in both pass and run. Combine Dalman's savvy with Thuney's raw power, and you've got a tandem capable of neutralizing elite rushers like Micah Parsons or Myles Garrett. Could this pairing rewrite Chicago's trench narrative from sack magnet to pocket fortress? The potential is electrifying. Financially, Poles structured both deals with future flexibility in mind, team options and void years that cushion the cap hit if performance dips or injuries strike. That maneuvering signals confidence, not panic. It's a calculated move rather than a reckless splurge. But make no mistake, the commitment is significant, and fans should brace for the ripple effect. Younger linemen currently on the roster will need to elevate their game or find themselves competing for roster spots in training camp. Could this internal competition forge a deeper unit overall? I'd argue yes. Poles is banking on Fawcett-like competition to squeeze every ounce of talent from his O-line. On the field, the immediate impact should be monumental. Consider 3rd and long scenarios. Instead of the pocket collapsing around Caleb, Thuney's anchor stance and Dalman's midline blocks give him the precious extra second needed to find DJ Moore slipping across the field or throw a laser to rookie tight end Doak Walker. That split-second difference could turn a sack into a 20-yard gain, and over a 17-game season, those incremental wins add up. Could this finally unlock the explosive passing offense Chicago fans have been craving? The blueprint is there. Off the field, the cultural ramifications may be just as profound. Thuney's reputation as a film room fanatic and Dalman's quarterback-protecting leadership style set a tone for professionalism and accountability. Younger players will absorb those habits like sponges, walkthroughs will sharpen, practice, intensity will skyrocket, and locker room camaraderie will strengthen under shared championship aspirations. Is it possible this infusion of veteran mindset could accelerate Caleb Williams' maturation into a franchise cornerstone? All signs point to yes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and hit the bell to stay locked in on every move and rumor. Until next time, stay loyal, and as always, go Bears.